Right now, it's graduation weekend for students across Wisconsin. But as UW-Madison grads close one chapter, what are their plans for what lies ahead? Also, a story of resilience. A senior at UW-Whitewater completes college after battling cancer 3 times. But first, different ways to remember a young life lost. How the city of Reedsburg is honoring a student hit and killed by a truck yesterday. That's all coming up at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Today, the city of Reedsburg came together in different ways to mourn one of their own young community members, a Sauk County student hit and killed while waiting to board a school bus yesterday. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office has not identified the victim, but friends and a GoFundMe page say it was middle schooler Evelyn Gurney. At the Reedsburg Area Community Arena yesterday and today, community members wrote tributes to the victim in chalk on the floor. 2 of Gurney's friends organized a GoFundMe and say she loved to play hockey and was always happy.
She was. Yeah, she always put everyone else in a better mood. And she was just a really kind person. She never really wanted to hurt anyone's feelings. I miss Evelyn. Me too.
By Saturday afternoon, another memorial made up of flowers and a wreath had been set up at the crash site, State Highway 2333 east of Reedsburg. The crash is still under investigation. And that GoFundMe Gurney's friends started have already reached more than $57,000, far surpassing their goal of $1,000. You can find a link to that in this story on channel3000.com. Switching gears, let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington. A gloomy outlook for Mother's Day.
Yeah, Armand, and folks and moms, and happy early Mother's Day from me to you. Yeah, the gloominess is going to be hanging in there on your Mother's Day. It was kind of a gloomy day today, but yeah, I got a pretty graphic here. It's pretty, but the weather forecast isn't quite as pretty, and it kind of reminds me, I was saying this earlier tonight, at our 6 o'clock show, reminds me of bringing my mom's mom, Grandma Sprecher, from Spring Green to Arena for Mother's Day. And sometimes the weather on Mother's Day isn't always so nice. And Grandma would very profoundly say, well, Alex, what will be, I guess so. So thinking about Grandma Sprecher tonight. Looking out to the south and the west, that's where that weather system that's heading towards southern Wisconsin has been throughout much of your Saturday. Have had some thunderstorms, a tornado watch, and some confirmed tornadoes out across the state of Iowa. No severe weather is expected in southern Wisconsin tonight, nor on your Mother's Day. Well, that's some good news. And our 6-hour future track radar showing some showers, maybe a clap or two at thunder entering southwestern Wisconsin as we head into the wee hours of your Mother's Day. And again, we're tracking those shower chances starting right around that 4 or 5 time frame for portions of southern Wisconsin, and then things should start to settle down as we head later into the afternoon. If we have those clouds out there, temperatures are going to be cool. We don't have that warmth on our ground quite yet in the spring to stay in the 60s, so I think we'll stay in the 50s. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'll track those showers hour by hour and which areas of southern Wisconsin stand the best chance for them.
Alex, thank you. To Grafton now. A teacher was arrested after police say he made threats to students after finding drawings of swastikas in his classroom. Grafton police say a student at John Long Middle School texted his mother about threats, prompting an investigation. According to the 7th grade teacher's statement, he felt enraged after finding swastikas drawn on student artwork and in a notebook. That teacher is Jewish. One student says when they brought the drawings to his attention, he started making threats.
He has 17 guns in his basement and he's not afraid to use them. He said that his daughter was going to come to whoever did that, to our house and come with a baseball bat and beat us up or something.
Police arrested the teacher on tentative charges of making terrorist threats and exposing a child to harmful material. He has not been named by police and the school district has placed him on leave. Well, officials at Dane County Humane Society are asking for help to care for dozens of cats rescued from a hoarder in Madison. The organization is hoping to raise $7,500 to provide urgent medical care, vaccines, and other procedures for 50 of those cats that they took in this week. The Humane Society took in 15 cats on Tuesday, while another 22 were found dead at the home. On Friday, the city declared that home uninhabitable, and Animal Services brought the remaining 35 cats to the shelter. Some of them have significant health issues that need care. As they become adoptable, they'll show up online. You can donate online or by mailing a check to that shelter. Well, it was an exciting weekend for 8,000 graduates at UW-Madison who made this year's commencement the largest in university history. 7,800 received their bachelor's degrees at Camp Randall this afternoon. Many graduates had the first half of their college careers turned upside down by the pandemic. That's why speakers like 82nd U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder highlighted their journey and praised graduates for grasping the most urgent issues facing America.
What will the class of 2023 contribute to this university's proud legacy? What will you dream and then do that early generations could scarcely imagine? Extraordinary and difficult times produce extraordinary and accomplished leaders.
Meanwhile, last night at the Cole Center, diplomas were awarded to 800 doctoral, Master of Fine Arts, and medical professional degree candidates. And as UW Badgers celebrated their graduation today, how are they feeling about the big day and what lies ahead? Our Will Keneally reports.
It's that dreaded question for upcoming graduates. What's next? And for the people that we spoke to in line, it ranged from gap year to future employment.
I definitely feel like it's surreal. It doesn't feel like we're actually graduating. Not like we have to be an adult after this. So.
And so what are those future plans for adulthood? A gap year.
Traveling, yeah.
Traveling,
Just
making money, saving money.
Breathing, finding a hobby.
Many are hitting the ground running.
I'm working for the IRS out of school, so I've got 6 months of federal law enforcement training in Southeast Georgia in July, so I'll be going to more school technically, but super exciting stuff.
And many could be expected to land a job right away. A recent survey of UW-Madison graduates showed that more than 70% had a job lined up after school. We don't have data for this year yet, though. As we spoke to some of the people in line here at Camp Randall, they said having a job lined up makes all the difference.
Well, I'm going to be a data analyst, luckily, so I'm excited for that, to start it up in June. It's a weight off my shoulders. You know, it's something I've been worrying about at least from the beginning of last semester, so just getting that offer was just like, you know, so lifting, you know.
For many, it was a day of mixed emotions.
It's a bittersweet feeling. 4 years at this university, great time, but it's all coming to an end, but we work towards this, so so happy and also a little sad.
Yeah.
Reporting from Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And the overcast ceremony this year wrapped up shortly before 2 p.m. downtown. And meanwhile, more than 250 received undergrad and graduate degrees at Edgewood College this afternoon. The two ceremonies were held outside. College leaders praised graduates for overcoming the challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, which began shortly after many in this year's graduating class entered college. But those challenges helped make them stronger as they look toward their futures.
Don't let excuses take you away from succeeding. Let's not be the generation of excuses. I mean, we're all stronger than that, and these past 4 years have proven that.
Edgewood College offers more than 40 academic and professional programs and serves about 2,000 undergrad and grad students. A long-awaited day for many as college students graduate this weekend all over Wisconsin. This week, I sat down with a student at UW-Whitewater, Holland Peterson, whose story of resiliency began years before college was on her mind.
It's one of the final times Holland Peterson will be walking down the halls of UW-Whitewater's Green Hill Center of the Arts.
I feel like it's been a long time coming. I have no idea where I'm going to end up.
Holland is graduating, giving a speech at her university's commencement in front of hundreds of fellow classmates, friends, and professors, hoping to inspire them through her own life experience.
I've had a lot of people ask me, like, Holland, how do you do it? Or, like, how do you not give up? Because if I were you, I'd totally give up. Like, you have the worst luck.
You can't tell now, but Holland was diagnosed with cancer when she was 5.
So I had major surgery when I was 5, and then I had chemotherapy.
Leaving vital parts of childhood gone.
Then it came back, and I relapsed when I was 7, but this time it spread to my lungs. So it was back to more surgery, chemo, and then this time radiation. And then, unfortunately, it came back a 3rd time.
She learned lessons in resiliency to get through early education.
I missed over 650 days of school. So, like, when I was going back, I just had no clue what was going on.
When it came time to decide what she wanted to do after high school, she wasn't quite sure what to do. Her high school art teacher encouraging her to take up an art major.
He always told me, Holland, you're going to go to college, and you're going to go to art school, and you're going to become an art teacher. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, she found herself switching majors from communications to art, going down a journey of self-expression through her years of treatment.
Like, it gives me catharsis when I'm painting. I think as I was a freshman here, I was very much just like, oh, I want it to be pretty, I want it to look nice. And then as the years went on, it was more about like the emotion that I was getting.
One of the people who has helped Holland along her journey at Whitewater is Greg Piccaro.
I met Holland, I believe it was fall of 20 when we were online, remote learning because of COVID.
Piccaro says through teaching Holland, he's seen up close just how special she is.
I'm incredibly proud of her. She was an exceptional student, both academically, but also just as a human being. She's a very genuine, kind of grounded, humble young woman. And I can attribute that to just the struggles that she faced at an early age. Like, her resiliency is amazing.
Now with graduation in sight, she hopes to spread a message to her classmates to be thankful for the life they all have.
You were able to accomplish this and you're here at graduation and look what you have done, and like there's so much more that you're going to do and that you can do.
That was our Kyle Pozorski reporting. Holland will now begin her next journey out east, where she hopes to attain a Master of Fine Arts from Syracuse University in Syracuse, New York. Well, still ahead on your news at 10. Following the lifting of Title 42, some U.S. cities are scrambling when it comes to accepting migrants. And Alex has a look at what the weather's going to be like for Mother's Day. Stay tuned.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
Floor & Decor, my go-to to get it all. Tile, wood, stone, and laminate, they've got it. Installation materials, yep, and all the tools I need, they've got those too. More importantly, they've got my back with benefits and services I actually want, and a pro app that makes my job easier. Floor & Decor just gets it. That means I get more done.
At Floor & Decor, whether you're looking for everyday low pricing on in-stock job lot quantities and installation materials, or a powerful partner to help take your business to the next level, we've got you covered. Discover Floor & Decor today.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not.
I got you. Choice Hotels has a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos.
Spacious.
That's what they all say. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
A home explosion rocks Madison's west side.
Like a bomb went off.
News 3 Now was first on the scene.
I saw the whole thing. 3 babies was injured walking with their mom.
We'll continue to bring you timely updates and answers. News 3 Now, your trusted source for breaking news and continuous coverage.
Far from the southern border, some northern cities have declared states of emergency as asylum seekers arrive. CBS's Michael George is in New York with the latest.
Here in New York, this public school gymnasium in Brooklyn, now a shelter for migrants arriving in the city. While in Chicago, angry residents are seeking a restraining order.
How could you do that without consulting us?
To stop the city from turning a former high school into a shelter. Before her last day in office Friday, Mayor Lori Lightfoot accused Congress of inaction.
So the federal government has got to be sending resources, real resources, to cities like Chicago.
In Denver, officials say they've spent $16 million housing asylum seekers, and the federal government has reimbursed less than $1 million of that.
We're in desperate need of emergency shelter space to accommodate what will be coming our way.
Back in New York, with shelters already housing 37,000, the city is sending buses of migrants to suburbs. Volunteers like Power Malu are giving aid to arriving asylum seekers.
We're on the front lines, and we're giving our all, and we don't get much support.
Does that make sense?
Making the problem worse, America's immigration courts have a backlog of more than 2 million cases. Many cases take years to resolve. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Meanwhile, President Biden today spoke to students at Howard University about threats to the United States, but they did not include immigration. President Biden told soon-to-be graduates that America is still in a fight for its soul. It's the same language he used to launch both his presidential runs, but unlike his last campaign, this time President Biden is running on his record as well as his rhetoric.
To put democracy on the ballot, to reject political extremism and reject political violence, protect fundamental rights and freedom for women to choose, for transgender children to be free, for affordable health care and housing.
Meanwhile, the president's been battling potential Republican challengers on the trail like Ron DeSantis and House Republicans back in Washington in a deja vu-inducing stalemate over raising the national debt limit. Let's head over to Alex Harrington for a look at your first WARN forecast. Alex?
Yeah, thanks, Armand. Hey, folks, and hey, moms, an early happy Mother's Day from me to you. Today was probably the better day of the weekend in the weather department, but hey, on Mother's Day, you can do stuff inside too, like play euchre like the Sprecher and the Harrington family do, because I know Grandma Harrington and my mom will probably be playing euchre maybe as partners tomorrow. I think there's a euchre story coming up in just a bit too. A weather system off towards the south and towards the west hasn't been bringing very nice weather to states like Iowa, where there was a tornado watch earlier today and a couple confirmed tornadoes. The good news is that weather system is not going to bring any severe weather to southern Wisconsin, although it will bring those scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm chance as we head into the wee hours of your very, very early Mother's Day. The severe weather threat, again, way off to the south and towards the west over portions of Iowa, and that's a marginal risk, not anywhere close to southern Wisconsin, which is some good news. Let's take a look at the 3 things that you need to know. Isolated showers, mainly to the west and southwest of Madison tonight. Better chances for those showers, unfortunately, on your Mother's Day, but with a little bit of luck, fingers crossed, we can kick those showers out of here as we go later into your Mother's Day, and maybe we can do some Mother's Day grilling towards the evening. We'll see if the future track model is going to show that. Just a couple moments. Good news, a seasonable Monday is in store with temperatures boosting up again to near 70 degrees. So that's something to look forward to as well. Well, let's look at our planning your day, evening, and Mother's Day with the future track model. Temperatures in the 50s. Look at the scattered showers, though, as we go towards the wee hours of your Sunday morning. Greg will be here in the morning tracking those showers moving into southern Wisconsin. Let's paint from La Crosse to Viroqua to just south of the Dells to Madison for those better chances for those scattered showers, maybe a clap or two of thunder, where the rain and the winds are going on out from the east on your Sunday. Look at the temperature staying in the lower 50s towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. A little bit warmer, though, towards the north. Temperatures cracking maybe into the 60s if we can get those sunny skies to come back to southern Wisconsin later on your Mother's Day. Then as we go into your Mother's Day evening, going into your Monday, the start of the work week, temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40, and then back up into the 50s, or excuse me, the upper 60s near 70 to start off your work week. In regards to the amounts of water from this weather system, not a whole lot. Better chances off towards the south and towards the west. In Iowa, 1/4 inch here across portions of southern Wisconsin. So the bottom line is those showers move in on your Mother's Day. They end from north to south, and then maybe some clearing later on your Mother's Day. Hopefully we can have a little bit of sunshine like we saw in our day today looking at our WISC Sky Cam. Got a little break of sun in the lighter portion of the day, and hopefully we can get that again on your Mother's Day. But hey, maybe mom wants a new umbrella. You certainly can send us your viewer photos. I like to use the First Warn Weather app to do that. Send them to us, and we'll be giving out those umbrellas as we go through the work week. So definitely something to let mom know about. And then as we go later into the 10-day forecast here, Armand, folks, and moms across southern Wisconsin, we got another weather system later in the week. That one poses better thunderstorm chances. So I always just like to think of Grandma Harrington. She's a little bit different than Grandma Sprecher. Grandma Harrington, a little bit more wild, and she likes to say, well, when the weather's not going to be that great, let her rip.
Let her rip. She likes to say that when playing euchre, too, I hear.
Oh, absolutely. She's an avid euchre fan, and there will probably be 4-handed and 6-handed euchre going on in the Harrington household tomorrow.
I don't know what that means, but sounds exciting.
It is.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah. And the inaugural World Euchre Championship brought card players young and old, veteran and new, together to raise money for a local cause. 70 teams took part in the first-year event, far surpassing organizers' expectations of roughly 40 teams. The top 3 received prize packages, including fresh cheese curds from Decatur Dairy.
Euchre is something that everybody in this area really seems to enjoy, and so it's a great way to bring everybody in the community out to support a good event.
Proceeds from the event will go toward an effort to buy land next to Candy Cane Park to preserve a beloved sledding hill in the village. And find out how one Badger legend made NHL history tonight. We'll tell you who it was and how they did it. That's all next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King.
Now on stage at Overture Center through May 28th only. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
If you've got the TV volume way up right now, then you really need these. These tiny but powerful little hearing aids are the Nano CIC Recharge, priced at only $297 for a full pair. These are not simply amplifiers. These are ultra high quality, ultra reliable hearing aids, priced thousands less than other hearing aids. They fit right in your ear. Nothing shows on the back of your ear. Payments as low as $36 a month.
1-800-276-3995.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Our teams help members find a smart plan at an even smarter price. Because when it comes to auto insurance, being smart is important. Shh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you.
Lease a new Ford F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Just one drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course!
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
At 38 years old, Joe Pavelski scored his 8th goal in his last 6 games tonight. The former Badgers' scoring tear gives him 72 career postseason goals, tying the one and only Alexander Ovechkin among the most for active players. Aging like a fine wine, let's take a slow-mo look at this historic goal. Miro Heiskanen takes the slap shot, and there's Pav to redirect it into the twine. He lights the lamp yet again. The Kraken, though, would go on to win the game, forcing a Game 7, which is slated for Monday. The PGA Champions Regions Tradition Tournament may as well be named after Steve Stricker. After all, over the last 4 years, Wisconsin's native son has either won the event or finished second in it each and every time. Strick and sends his fellow Wisconsinite Jerry Kelly creeping up behind him on the leaderboard here. Kelly on 14 drains the uphill putt. He went 5 under on the day and is 12 under on the weekend, sitting in a tie for 5th place. Stricker, though, he came to play on Saturday. Here's the defending champ on 18, cashing in on the short one. The Edgerton native sunk 6 birdies on the back 9, shooting a bogey-free 64 on the day. Strick heads into the event's final day in 1st place, or at least tied for it at 16 under. Brewers hosting the Royals, and this game was almost all Christian Yelich. Royals on top 2-0 in the 3rd, and there goes Yelly. A moonshot, 396-foot homer off the scoreboard, ties us up at 2. Let's skip to the 9th. Runners in scoring position. Joey Weimer lifts this one deep enough for the sac fly to score Brian Anderson, and the Rook celebrates his 1st career walk-off. 2 Christian Yelich homers in the game, and the walk-off give the Crew the 4-3 win. If you could just imagine over the course of 5 years going from Janesville Craig to the University of Wisconsin to play football, and then suddenly you find yourself in Pittsburgh, well, that's been the path for Keanu Benton, who was taken in the 2nd round of this year's NFL draft by the Steelers. He wouldn't have it any other way, though, but starting a new life across the country really isn't all that easy. Luckily for Benton, his fellow Badger Nick Herbig was also snatched by the Steelers. The defensive stars and their families have gotten close over their journeys, and it's helped the big man make the move.
Especially helping my mom get through this. It's just as stressful as her as it is on me. She don't know what's going on. I'm the baby of the family, so she's a little worried. So Mama Herbig definitely helps out a lot with keeping my mom sane and keeping her in the loop of everything.
Sticking in the NFL, most fans, especially Packer fans, would say frigid Wisconsin winter temperatures provide the Pack some sort of advantage of the frozen tundra, and that was mostly confirmed today. The Los Angeles Times reported that the LA Rams requested their November 5th game at Lambeau to be moved to a warmer month, preferably September or October. The NFL, Armand, said, nah, that's not going to happen. The Pack, at least, were gifted some sort of a mental edge.
You know, I am now putting in a request that all November stories be moved to September or October, preferably.
Or even just like time out on the lakes, you know what I mean? If we could have that at like 70 all year, that'd be kind of nice, right?
That would be great. But like you said earlier, I mean, you're in LA, so you gotta experience us a little bit.
Yeah, right? I mean, they have no room to talk here.
Exactly. Thanks so much, Andrew. We'll be right back.
This is Iowa. We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meets low bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You may want to attend college,
but you have a full-time job and kids that need your full-time attention.
How can you possibly attend college?
You learn online at South University.
Earn your degree any hour, any day, from anywhere.
And the credit transfer policies also make it easier to return to college.
The convenience of taking classes where you want.
The flexibility of taking classes when you want.
So you can become who you want.
South University Online.
1-800-211-2082.
Welcome to the Spectrum Lab, where we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-823-4999.
Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest internet speeds in the nation, so you always have the speed you need for all your connected devices. This guy gets it.
Advanced Wi-Fi comes with state-of-the-art security and privacy, which automatically blocks online threats on all your devices. If it's connected, it's protected.
Plus, Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
At Spectrum, we're always working to bring you better ways to connect.
You think they noticed the orb? I think so.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-823-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
How do we decide what hotel to book? Fear not. I got you. Choice Hotels has a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos. Spacious. That's what they all say. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
This month, all CoreTech water-resistant flooring is on sale at Surgenian's. We offer the largest CoreTech selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 12-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Investigating new allegations against Madison's Vilas Zoo, Thursday at 6.
Well, we had a little bit of a taste of summer, and now we got to go back to spring.
It's that spring that it's back and forth, teasing us all the time, saying, this time will be for real, this time will be for real. Well, false alarm. Yeah. Well, spring will return. We just got to get through Mother's Day. That's not going to be very spring-like, but you can do inside stuff with Mom, of course. Taking a look at Doppler track, the reason why Mom's Day is not going to be quite as nice. We have a weather system off to the south and towards the west that will bring some scattered showers towards the areas we head into your Mother's Day. We got this pretty graphic, but the weather isn't going to be that pretty. But again, just like my mom's mom, Grandma Sprecher, who has since passed, would say, you know, what will be, will be. You can't really change it, so you got to make the best out of it. So we'll make the best out of Mom's Day, play euchre, and have a good day, everyone.
You know, my mom actually doesn't like the warmth, so she's going to really enjoy that.
And she's in Mother's Day.
Yeah. There we go.
What a gift.
What a gift. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and have a happy Mother's Day.